Grand Risings, Demetrius. So today I was doing some reading, some lecturing. Well, I was doing the lecturing, but I was doing some charting, and I like it. I like it because I read some books on it. I'm gonna continue to read some books on it, and I know I'll be able to apply the information to the charts. So right now I'm charting gold, and just from the stuff that I've been able to do, like I started looking at a monthly chart going back to 2016, which is 72 months ago. And then I looked at a weekly chart that was going back 72 weeks to like September of 2019, or the last week of August, September 2nd of 2019. And I have a pretty good estimate of where gold could go in the next 3 months or the next 12 weeks, right? 12 plus 72. There's no correlation there. I was just doing the math. So I do like the charting because I'm actually applying the knowledge that I do have. And then on the other side of that, when it comes to market investing, I have the research of doing the annual reports, reading those, writing a review report on those, and adding that into my long-term calculations for certain stocks that I do like in the stock market. So I'm putting time into those two things, as well as continuing my daily reading of the dictionaries, as well as I'm gonna start writing. So I already write my dreams down in a dream journal. Now I'm going to start putting those dreams into short story form, because I have the gift, I have the talent. It needs to be expressed because it's already taking up time in my life, because I'm dreaming these dreams every night. So I need to put a little bit more time into recording them, writing them, fleshing them out into full-length stories, which could turn into movies or cartoons or novels. Truth be told, I was gonna wait until I had over 1,000 dreams. But recorded. But the truth is, I already have over 300 dreams recorded, and I'm continuing to dream every night. So I'm gonna get to that 1,000 mark anyways. What's important is to actually take what I do have, the material, and use it for something. Because, if I have 1,000 stories, short stories, picture books, long books, man, those type of things could become it could be its own publishing company for me. Once I put in the work, I really just record it, right? Because I already write every day anyways, recording my dreams, but just flesh out the beginning to the end of the actual dream itself. Because some of the stuff is science fiction. Like my dream last night was definitely like some science fiction, warfare, guns blazing, balls to the wall. We gonna go out how we gonna go out and win still, and then it's all a simulation to just see who the realist is or what a person's true character is. That's what my dream last night was about. So, man, other than that, I'm gonna get my oil change today. I'm gonna continue ordering these official code of Georgia books. So I can be prepared and be aware of my laws in my state. And yesterday I was feeling like I was not in my power, which is cool because I already knew that. So today I do feel like I'm in my power. The power to call my friends and ask them for assistance or to help me do what I otherwise would not be able to do on my own. Which is what friends are for. There's one thing friends are for, it's not the whole thing. But yeah. It's like sometimes you just wanna sometimes I feel like I wanna be in despair and wallow, and so I can get this I don't know why. It's just a feeling. I just had to feel it for a moment. I didn't have to. But really the shorter, well, when I recognize it, then I can be like, the shorter this is here, the faster it's gone. And then I'm able to move into my power and take control. So it's a normal emotion. So with me doing this, everything that I'm doing on a daily basis, things are going to get better and better. I'm also getting more flooring leads in. I really just like set up the estimates. I just started doing estimates, and really at this point in my life, I'm really drafting my own paperwork. So I just created an estimate for myself to give to the customer. I created an invoice to give to the customer. I have my W-9 forms for any or sort of tax purposes. I have another lead source that is potentially going to be bringing me some work this week with the work that I'm doing in the flooring business, which is like could be hanging some doors, putting in some floor leveling compound, putting in some baseboards, some quarter round flooring underlayment, and which would be probably a really good source to exploit and assimilate into my bank account and my portfolio, right? Because this job, I'm documenting pictures as well. So I'll be like, oh, boom, I have this project, new construction home that I've done. I have this project, which is a renovation of a home. This project, which is an office building. And that's a whole list of portfolio with contacts I can reach out to and let them know, like, or they can let other people know the quality of my work. So I mean, I'm reaching a point where it's like, and I had this thought yesterday. There's not really a lot of stuff that I haven't bought. It's more so of just experiences that I haven't had or that I'm going to keep having, right? Because I'm like, man, I just realized, I'm going into another project potentially with a trust setting up. It's like I've really bought everything that could be bought in society, right? I bought a car, bought a bicycle, I've had a motorcycle, I bought a boat, I bought houses, I bought land, I've owned warehouse units, storage units. At least I'm leasing them storage units. I've bought information, I bought books, I bought courses, training, education. I've hired people, I've fired people, I've done my own legals. I've gone to the legal system, I've bought legal books, I've created legal documents. I've sent out and enforced those legal documents. I've hired labor, I've done labor, I've been a laborer, I've paid for marketing, I've had marketing, I've paid for advertising, I've done my own advertising, I've paid for sales, I've done my own sales, I've paid for pleasures, I've acquired pleasures, I've given pleasures, I've owned pleasures, I've released pleasures. I don't think, and I think everything that could be potentially paid for, materially anyways, I believe I've done that up to this point in my life. Because I'm thinking like house, bought that. Gold and silver, bought that. Cryptos, bought that. Materials for a project, bought that. Resources to make food, products, have bought that. Shipping over long distances, bought that. I don't think there's really anything I haven't bought. It's just come down to what have I not done with the money? Because I go back and I think about the times I've paid for marketing, online marketing. So the first time I paid for online marketing, I got overwhelmed because I was getting in a lot of leads through Zillow for when I was doing my real estate sales business. So I was getting a whole bunch of leads. I had to cut it off. I didn't really understand that it took a little bit more. It's not like internet marketing is fast. It's not as fast as I was believing it to be in my mind, because I only had that set up for like 3 weeks, maybe a month. That was it. And then like a year and a half later, I go back and I set up direct mail marketing, which in that endeavor, I was spending like $6,000-7,000 a week on direct mail marketing. That only lasted for a month. So in the first instance, I was overwhelmed with the amount of marketing phone calls that I was receiving. In the second instance, I was underwhelmed in the amount of responses and phone calls I was receiving. And in both of those instances, if I would have had the intention of spreading this marketing out over 12 months and just paced it like that, which is to say, let me start with a very small amount of marketing dollars and then see how that, of my own money, see how that pans out for this first week or this first month. Then slowly, very slowly, gradually increase that next month, with the expectation that this campaign is going to be a year, 2 years, and ideally forever. Then I would have, as long as I'm pacing myself, then I probably would have had much more success than I did have. Whether it was overwhelmed, because in a sense it was overwhelmed, it was working, but it was working too much, so I had to cut it off and I got discouraged. When if I would have paced it out just a little bit more, a little bit every month, I would have been like, okay, I can manage this. This is manageable for myself. In the other instance, I ran out of money because I spent all the money and there was no return. So if I would have paced it out, I'd been like, okay, this avenue doesn't work with the funds that I'm putting into it, so I'll switch avenues and I still have my money. So it's a give and take. And in both those instances, I made both mistakes. Too much on one end, too low on the other end. And now in this new endeavor of the flooring business, I can really see like it's just a little bit, see how it comes back, and slowly increase it. And then by the time I do that, then that's really gonna work, because it's a marathon. It's a relay race. Well, it's not a relay race. It's a marathon. So I've learned that lesson with marketing and advertising. Like, look at it like a yearly campaign. And before you can really go to the big budget you want to have to have some infrastructure. So I look at it like that now. Yeah. I look at it like that now. Farewell.